Hi, it's Lauren from Wildflowers here today to give you a quick tutorial, long awaited, on the liquid brush and how to do these really cool smoke effect nails. Basically, the liquid brush is just a brush whose handle can be filled with liquid. I recommend filling it with water for this type of nail. Now you can fill it by using a pipette, or you can submerge it like the water toys we used to play with at the swimming pool. You just stick it underwater and give it a squeeze. Now let me show you how this works. It unscrews backwards, but the liquid comes out through these two little tunnels. One's here, and if you look on the other side, just opposite, there's another one there. And what you do is you give it a squeeze, and the water actually comes down the side on the outside of that black part, and that's how the water comes out. It does not come through the center. To get the smoke effect nail, I'm going to begin by coating the nail with a tack-free black gel polish. This is actually ours. It'll be released hopefully January 1st. I'm going to go ahead and cure it. When it comes out, I'm going to use a squishy 180 buffer and quickly remove the shine. And then I'm going to take a lint-free pad to just get off any extra dust. Next, I'll use our art paints in the color powder, which is white, and you only need the tiniest little drop. It's super pigmented and it has a great viscosity. Next, I'm going to take the liquid brush and get out just a little dab of water onto my palette, and I'm going to grab a piece of cotton so that I can dry my brush. I take a little bit of the art paint and a little bit of water and get a watered down version, and I go blah, 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 right across the nail. Now, acrylic water-based paint dries from the outside in, so that outer shape is drying. And what I'm going to do is take some of my water and I'm going to fill in, and all of that wet paint that's on the inside is going to become loosened up, and I can actually dry my brush and it will kind of suck out that water and leave it looking like a smoke effect. See, that outer design is dry. I'm going to let this air dry. Now, if I want to, I can come back again with the second layer. And again, feel free to make it more watery or more pigmented depending on the look you're going for. But it's important to let it dry in between, otherwise you'll lose the effect from the original design. And again, I'm just getting that water out by squeezing. The liquid brush is kind of an alternative to having a cup of water that you could easily spill over. You can even fill your liquid brush with alcohol when you're working with certain gels. You know, alcohol is really hard to keep in a little bowl or a little cup because it loves to evaporate. So it's just convenience. Next, you'll let it air dry. And again, one more time, I'm going to come over this. And as you're doing this on all 10 nails, it's really easy to let that air dry because you're just moving right on to the next nail. Again, laying down my first layer, drying my brush, and then coming through to suck that back up. Again, you want to let it air dry completely. One of the reasons why I like to buff the nail is because if it's still wet, it looks shiny. If you leave the nail shiny, it's hard to tell what's wet and what's dry. Now I'm going to take the Wildflowers metallic top coat and I'm going to go ahead and top coat this. I like to do 2 top coats anytime I work with acrylic paint. So here's the first one. I'm going to just flash cure this. Bring it back out, and now I'm going to apply my second coat of top coat, and this one I'll give a full cure. And here's our design. Here's a close-up look. Looks pretty cool, right? We're going to go ahead and cure this, and then I'll show you one more finished picture. It takes a little bit of practice to get the hang of it, but it's a really fun technique. Everything's available at wildflowersnails.com.